Hi, so I want to show you here side by side the two premium bumper guards today on the market. So this here is a bumper guard made by LuvTap, and you could see it is very strong and rigid. And what I like about this is that it's addressed all the shortcomings of the bumper guards previous to it. So you notice here that there is no obstruction of the license plate. So whether it's from the side or from the top, you know, the edges are nice and smooth and rounded such that there is no such obstruction, which is the main thing. You don't want to get a ticket simply for having a bumper guard. Whereas this one, which is one of the more common ones on the market, as you can see from the side, it definitely obstructs the license plate, and you could actually get a ticket for it, and people have on forums reported getting tickets for that. So you'll notice, you know, that is a huge difference between these two. And if I put them side by side, you'll just notice a glaring difference here of just the obstruction that you see. So as you can see here, you know, just from that angle. So with this one, you can't, they can't claim that there is any type of obstruction. There just simply isn't. Whereas for this, as you can see, it's just from this angle that, you know, likely if they make that claim, you know, it's gonna probably hold up. So the other thing about this BumpShox is, you know, I'm not sure people like the logo on here. So one of the shortcomings of the previous ones to this, and this is why this thing is such a great design, is you'll notice there is no logo. And I mean, I use the analogy where you buy a new car and the car dealership will actually put their logo and stamp it in the back of your car. And who wants that, right? So when you buy something, unless it's some sort of brand that you really want to show off, you really don't want the logo there. In this case, right, this thing is just, you know, very much sort of front and center and in the way. And you know, if that's the thing for you, great. But I think for most people, they just want it really obscure. So that's one of the things that this new bumper guard addressed. Now you'll notice here when I flip this to the side, there's actually reinforcement in the steel. So I see this as great for cars, but also great for a lot of SUVs. When you think about the size of the SUVs and even trucks that you have, this will definitely protect it. So if I squeeze on this, you'll notice how strong the rubber is. You know, it doesn't, you know, it's almost like made out of bumper material. So that's what I like about this new product. So this new product here is called LuvTap, and it's the ultimate front bumper guard here. And you could see all the points that it's making, and what I mean by all the shortcomings is whoever invented this definitely studied all the shortcomings of the other ones. So you'll see there's a maximum thickness here, so it's over 15 inches wide, and let me show you what that looks like. So this is the BumpShox, and you'll notice if I put this side by side, and let's go from the top here, it's that LuvTap is, you know, a good 3 inches wider, 2 inches wider, as you can see. So it adds a lot more added protection and coverage on the bumper. And you'll see how much thicker it is. Look at the thickness of this thing. So once again, that's why I say it's just great for a lot of SUVs and light trucks and even trucks in general. Like if you have that, you know, F50 or 500, you know, whatever that Ford truck is. And I just want to show you. So another shortcoming is you'll notice these are adjustable. So there's holes here, whereas these holes here are fixed and rigid. Even though for the most part, you know, those are the standards. You know, there are cases for some cars where that is not actually the case. Or even in some other countries. So if you're getting this in another country, you'll notice, you know, when you have these screws, and it comes with 4 of these long screws, you know, you could easily adjust the screws, and that does not take away from the protection that this LuvTap offers. So the second thing that they have here is that it's extra wide. And I think that was obvious and apparent from my side-by-side comparison. So let me do that again just to show you that this thing is extra wide. And I would say the styling of this is a lot nicer and cleaner. So you'll notice here just how smooth that the design is, that it is a lot nicer and cleaner, and it's not it doesn't stick out or anything like that. So it also blends into your car a little bit more. Whereas with this BumpShox, it has those very strong and odd angles, and not everybody likes that. And because it has those strong angles, it actually makes it a little bit susceptible to getting a ticket, because police officers will actually notice that. When they're walking around, some things with strong angles like this, they will notice and might, determine that the license plate is being obstructed. Whereas with the clean lines on this thing, it's not so much the case. And once again, there is, metal reinforcement here. So one of the other points that it has is that, it's innovative design, vehicle and your license plate better than ever before possible, Dents all-weather impact. And that is definitely the case here. Stainless steel reinforcements, recessed screws heads won't harm other vehicles, universal fit, and discreet OEM look, no logos. And that was a big point for me. And once again, I make the point that, you're buying a car from a car dealership. You don't want their car dealership logo stamped on your car. And neither do you on a lot of these other products. And so I do want to show these more side by side now, so that you could see, that this is very much added protection here. And once again, this is very rigid stuff. And you can see just how thick it is along the side here. So one of the things I didn't like about the BumpShox was actually this lip up here. I know it adds extra protection, but in a way it looks very ugly on the car. So you can imagine this resting up there, and it just doesn't look as good, I would say. Other people might have a different style that they are interested in, but for me, I like the cleaner look here. So once again, let me just go through this in a lot more close-up detail here. So I'm just gonna go around, and again, this is a good 2.5 to 3 inches wider. You can see how thick it is. So if you look at this thickness combined with this here, it's very very sturdy and very thick. It's one of the best ones on the market, if not the best. And I would go as far as to say this is the best one I've seen so far. And I am thoroughly impressed with this. And I'll make a separate video on just this alone, so that you could get the the full view of this. Whereas here I really just want to make a comparison. So it does come with 4 of these screws here. 4 screws here for this. And I do want to just do a side-by-side here. And you can see, that yes, this has the outer, but it is a lot thinner in the middle also. So one of the things that always concerns me is you know, someone with those trailer hitches backing in, which I've seen happen, and they're going for this thin part, where at least for this here, it still has the thicker part to protect it, you know, around all the edges, and yet still retain the, you know, not obscuring the license plate. So, but that's really it. That's really what I wanted to show. As far as the plastic here, or the rubber, I would say both of them have fairly strong rubber or foam, and they all, you know, seem like very high quality, almost bumper, you know, bumper material foam. So, but that's really it. That's primarily what I wanted to show, and I hope this helps. And thank you for watching. And once again, this is the LuvTap Ultimate Front Bumper Guard. And this is the BumpShox XL Level 2 Protection Bumper Guard. And these are the premium bumper guards out there. And I hope this helps. And if you find this helpful, please subscribe. And thank you for watching.